our friend Nick Sicardi, NBC Olympics, posts this morning. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone said she wants to run the 400. See the headline there. She wants to expand to the flat 400. Two big quotes from this article that stood out to me.
Pretty big quotes.
Yeah. First one from Sydney. I don't think we're going to give up the 400 hurdles just yet, but we definitely want to expand to the 400 flat and just see what's possible there. Okay, that's in and of itself interesting.
Don't want to give up on the 400 hurdles just yet.
Just yet. Okay. But the second quote in the article, I think, is the one that's even more revelatory. That world record, she's talking about
The 400 flat.
47.6, has stood for so long and no one's even come close to it, she said. So we definitely want to be able to try that and see what we can do there as well. That, to me, changes the story a bit here. Because it's not just about, I'm going to dabble and do the double, get the win, and move on. She's thinking about the oldest sprint record on the books.
Is it the oldest?
The oldest sprint record on the books of Marita Koch. That thing is 37 years old. And it is so far and away faster than every other time in history, certainly from the current era. Because you got that all-time 400 list, 47.6.
Yeah, it's older than FloJo.
Yeah, 37 years old. Krachlakova, 47.99. Then Nasser, 48.14. So this era, we've only seen, Nasser suspended, by the way, we've only seen 48.14. And she's talking about giving a run at 47.6. That, to me, stood out. And that, I was just like, yes. I was fist pumping as I read this article.
Do you think she's thinking about that for 2024 or for 2023?
So my thought process before was that she's going to not double in 2023. She's going to double in 24. 24, she would not have to race multiple days. 23, there's that one day where it's semis and first round. So it wouldn't be hard for her, but it would be a little bit more inconvenient. But 24, there's a glide path to do it, and it's the Olympic stage. It's bigger. So I think next year we see 400, and then she goes back to the 400 hurdles in combination with the 424. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe she does the 400 hurdle, she does a double next year, and then 2024 is all about like the pursuit of 47.60. Just the fact that we're talking about it is crazy.
It's not that crazy.
In the same way we were not thinking FloJo's marks would be touched.
She ran 50 seconds in a 400 flat. 400 hurdle.
Yeah. Okay, I was going to say what?
Yeah. So, like, she is clearly...
No, but I'm saying 2 years ago.
Insanely... Oh, 2 years ago it would have been crazy, but...
Yeah.
When you run 50.68 in the 400 hurdles, saying I want to try to run 47.6 is not crazy. That's not crazy. It's not a reach. I don't think it's a reach.
I think it's definitely a reach. I think
it's not a reach.
For
someone to run 50.68 with 10 barriers in her way?
It's still a reach, but I think she can do it because I'm just not going to count her out. And when Bobby Kersey says stuff like this, I'm like, they have enough credibility in my eyes.
You think it's a reach? What's the definition of a reach?
It's a freaking 37-year-old world record. Of course it's a reach. But if there's anybody who can do it, it's her. I just think it's awesome that that's where she's putting her sights. It could have just been, I'm going to try to get 2 gold medals. And then what would that require? 49 flat?
Yeah, no.
48.8 tops? She's talking about 47.6. That's just so far beyond. Like that race when Nasser ran 48.1 in Doha and Miller-Weibo wasn't that far behind was insane. And that's a half a second back of the world record.
Now we know why Shauna Miller-Weibo is like, peace, 400. I'm out.
Well, and it made sense like from like a competition perspective for then City to go there. Okay, it would be great to watch them run against each other, but if your goal is just accumulate as many gold medals as possible, okay, yeah, do the double now. It's all good. But she's talking world record. We're going to see the 400. Again, her PB is the most outdated PB of all PBs, not just in elite track, in any track. If you're at home and you have a more out-of-date PB, I want to hear about it. Email the show. But Sydney's PB is not even under, what is it? What's her 400 PB?
I think it's 50-something.
Yeah.
Maybe she's run 49. I don't know.
I mean, it's just crazy, right?
So yeah, it's 50. 50.07.
From 2018.
2018. 4 years ago.
She's just barely run.
Well, I mean, we've always known the best 400 meter runners was not running the 400 meters. It was Sydney and they
I mean, she's still got to go and do it. She's still got to do it.
I don't think it's a reach, man.
All in the Game says she has to comfortably beat Sonia's 48.7 U.S. record first in her first few 400 races for it not to be a reach. I think you're discounting how much distance there is between like 48 low and 47.6. 47.6.
Do you know how much distance there is between 52 seconds and 50 seconds in a 400 hurdle?
In 2 seconds, yeah.
Yeah. She did that.
Yeah.
So I have seen no reason why she can't do the other thing.
So Koch ran 10. It was a 10.8 runner, and she ran 21.7 in the 2. Just to give you an idea.
We might get some fun Sydney 200s now.
It's all on the table.
Right?
It's
She's
all
going
on
to
the
start
table.
doing that more. Because remember, she started doing the 100 hurdles a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to get 200 Sydney.
That's
going to be fun. 200 Sydney going up against, Abby Steiner and Gabby Thomas and all the other great Americans. That's going to be fun to watch.
This is legacy mode, Sydney. And she's still so young, but she's like already shifting in to legacy mode. And this is why the greats are great, is because they're able to shift at an early point in their career when they can still make a huge impact in that event and still make history in that event. It's not, she's done 2 Olympics or 3 Olympics and she's going to mix it up for the cycle.
Yeah.
And then you're wondering, well, what if she went to it earlier? No, she's going to it when she's still very much in her prime, and she's not just focused on getting wins. She wants it all, which I don't know about you, but I didn't assume that's where her focus was going to be at.
What do you think it was going to be at?
I thought it was just get some medals, collect some medals, keep it moving. She's got, she's going down in history as the greatest 400-meter hurdler in history. She's been doing this track thing for a while.
So were these quotes Sydney quotes or coach's quotes?
Sydney quotes.
What do you think about the way she refers to her career and her goals as a we and not I?
Yeah.
Because she says, we're not going to give up on the hurdles just yet, but we definitely want to expand to the 400. We want to go after the world record.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Not all athletes do that.
Right.
Some athletes who answer this question, I want to, give up on the 400-meter hurdles, not just yet. I want to go for the world record. But she does a good job at considering her. I mean, she's like basically a car. She's like an engine, a well-kept machine. Yeah. And like, it's even though she's the one doing all the work and she's the one with the brain and moving the muscles, she gives credit to like the driver or her trainers and her coach. So that was kind of interesting.
Well, this article says Kersey told Otto before the world champs that she's going to venture in the 400 and go after the world record. I guess I must have missed that. I mean, pre-world championships, there's a lot of news flying around there. But now, at this point, it's going to garner a lot of attention. So, listen, if you're a fan of her or if you're a fan just of the sport and you want to see her race more, which is a lot of people, you have to just be celebrating this as an opportunity to see all-time great move into another event where there's a reasonable expectation that they're going to go really fast because 400 hurdles are
There's a lot of high school boys out there who are going to be like, I thought I was good.
40. So the relay split was 47.9. Is that right?
That's true.
Yeah.
A lot of high school boys aren't doing that either.
47.
College kids are going to be like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're like,
47.
I won my conference with my 48.9.
I mean, think about
Sydney's out here running.
Think about what you're saying. When I was saying it's not a sure thing, her split was 47.9. So she's got to run more than 0.3 faster in an open 400.
It's not that hard.
It's very hard to do that.
Not when you weren't trying ever. Like, it shows that she's in the range. It shows that her body knows what it's like to have a 47.
What's Michael Norman's 4x4 PB? I know
It's
you know
fast.
this.
It's fast. Oh, God, I can't remember. It's quick.
It's 43.02, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. He hasn't run that time in an open race. And that was back when he was in college. I'm just saying, I think this is awesome that she's going for it. And again, if it was basically Sydney or Kipchoge, and get Mondo too, I'll throw him in there, they can project anything. They'll be like, I'm going to be on the moon in 3 hours. All right. I'll see you there. I'll watch the webcast. But I think getting under 48 would be just a mammoth accomplishment. in and of itself. That record is so far
I don't know.
out there.
I just, all these words of reach and mammoth and like incredible.
I got more synonyms.
I just don't agree with that because we already saw it. We saw the mammoth. We saw the reach. We saw the incredible with her 400 hurdle performance. So I have no reason to think that it's not going to translate to the same event with 10 hurdles missing.
No, dude. And that's a totally fair argument. And that's why I give her a shot. But with that being said, and with that knowledge, I still say it's a reach because so much has to go right. So your thinking is, well, she hasn't really ever focused on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Barely. I mean, clearly she hasn't. She's doing 4x4 splits once a year.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Okay. But still, that's a long
Michael
way.
Norman was running 4x4 splits like 10 times in a season.
Well, that's my point. Oh, I guess you're saying she would get an even faster 4x4 split if she ran it more? Yeah, but it's World Championships. I think that's a good barometer of where she's at right now, is a 47.9 in a relay, which would mean she'd be, I don't have a chart in front of me, what, 48 mid? Easily? Ish, somewhere around there. So she's got to drop almost a second. I want to watch. I'm excited. All right.